Introducing the Anderson System's latest ebook, now accessible for download on Amazon, titled The Child Within: Growing Up with Dissociative Identity Disorder. This concise ebook offers a glimpse into our personal journey with DID. We invite you to listen to this audio sample of our ebook. If you enjoy the preview, you can obtain the full ebook by clicking the link below. We appreciate your support. To purchase The Child Within: Growing Up with Dissociative Identity Disorder on Amazon, please click on the link provided below. Thank you very much for your continued support. The Child Within: Growing Up with Dissociative Identity Disorder. The Emergence of Dissociative Identity Disorder. Chapter 1. The Emergence of Dissociative Identity Disorder. As a child, I was a happy-go-lucky kid who loved playing with toys and spending time with friends. But that all changed when I was around 5 or 6 years old. It was a traumatic event that I still struggle to remember today. All I know is that something happened that caused me to split into different states of consciousness. At first, it wasn't noticeable, but as time went on, the different states became more prominent. They each had their own thoughts, feelings, and memories, and they would take over my body without warning. It was like living in a constant state of confusion and chaos. It wasn't until many years later, after seeking help from professionals, that I was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, DID. And even then, it took me some time to fully understand what that meant. Living with DID is not easy. It's like having multiple people living inside your head who all want different things. Some are angry and very sad, while others are caring and nurturing, and sometimes they fight for control over the body. But through therapy and hard work, I've learned to manage my condition better. While there are still moments of confusion and chaos, they have become less frequent over the years. One thing that has helped me cope is understanding where my alters come from. Each one has their own backstory and reason for existing within me. For example, there's Kevin, my protector prosecutor alter, who emerged during times of extreme stress or danger as a child. Nicole, my caregiver, alter who emerged in response to neglect. Rachel, my memory holder alter who remembers events from the past. Edward, my gatekeeper alter who controls access to other alters. Understanding these alters has allowed me to communicate better with them and work towards managing our condition as a team, rather than fighting against each other for control. Living with DID is a challenge, but it's not impossible. I've learned to embrace my different states of consciousness and work towards building a better future for myself and my alters. And while there are still moments of chaos, there are also moments of peace and stability that make it all worth it. In the end, what matters most is learning to love and accept ourselves, both the good and the bad, as we navigate life with DID. Coping with neglect and abuse. Chapter 2. Coping with neglect and abuse. Growing up was a challenging experience, to say the least. As a child, I was never given the attention and care that I needed. My mother was often absent from my life due to her substance abuse, leaving me in the care of my stepfather, who was not at all supportive. Despite this neglect, I found solace in religion and turned to it as a means of escape. However, this did not protect me from bullying at school or from my cousins who treated me poorly. Looking back on those days, it's clear that these experiences had a profound impact on my life. They shaped who I am today and have led me down a path towards understanding myself better. While it wasn't easy growing up in such an environment, it has made me stronger and more determined to overcome any obstacles that come my way. As I got older, I began hearing voices in my head that were not my own. At first, I attributed them to spirits or other supernatural phenomena. However, as time went on and the voices persisted, I realized that something else might be going on. Despite reaching out for help within my church community, no one seemed to understand what was happening to me or offer any real support. It wasn't until later in life, when I sought therapy for dissociative identity disorder, DID, that everything began to make sense. Through therapy sessions with trained professionals, I learned how these different states of consciousness, or alters, came about as a result of traumatic experiences during childhood. It was then that we discovered many different alters within me, including Kevin, a protector prosecutor, Nicole, a caregiver, Rachel, a memory holder, and Edward, a gatekeeper. Managing life with DID hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it every step of the way. Through hard work and determination, we've learned how to cope with past trauma while building a better future for ourselves and our alters. It's not always easy, but the moments of peace and stability make it all worthwhile. Despite the challenges that come with DIED, we've found that support from loved ones has been crucial to our success. Having people in our lives who understand what we're going through and offer their unwavering support has made all the difference. In conclusion, growing up with neglect and abuse was a challenging experience that led to the development of dissociative identity disorder. Coping with this condition hasn't been easy,